Okay, so throughout this session, we're going to cover a range of things. So we'll look at the different types of social media platforms that are available, and we'll look at how to choose the right platform for you and your business. We're going to touch on creating content, rules of engagement, so how to engage on those platforms, and we'll look at scheduling and posting options. So as a lot of people probably know, engaging with your audience on social media isn't always easy. In fact, for many people, the thought of creating exciting content, or any content actually, can be quite daunting. Deciding what social media platforms to use, when to use them, can be confusing, and it's often quite off-putting, and it just makes people decide not to use social media. There are so many different social media platforms, all offering different things to different groups of people. It can be difficult to keep on top with all the new social media platforms that are coming out and to understand how to use each platform. So if you've got a plan and you understand how to use them, when to use them, and who's accessing them, it will help you identify which one is the most suitable for you and your business and how to use it. So let's look at the different types of social media platforms. A lot of them I'm sure you'll be familiar with, some of them you may not be familiar with. So if we look at the creative social media platforms that are available, so these are the kind of platforms that you can share images, videos, you can get creative. There are a lot of reels and creative videos, and this is often where people kind of, create iconic videos and can really inspire people. So if we look at Instagram, it's quite a popular one for sharing images. You can build followings, people can follow you. You can actually sell directly from Instagram, and you can create targeted ads from Instagram as well. Pinterest is another one which is really good for creatives. You can share images, you can share videos, you can also create boards, which is really good. So if you're a designer, if you sell products, you can create different boards for different products and things like that. People can follow your boards and they can reshare your boards. You can also link to your website. So if you've got a product you want to link to, you can link directly to your Pinterest, to a pin on your Pinterest. And then we've got TikTok, which is massive at the minute, I know, and people, posting viral videos on there. So TikTok is mostly for videos. You can build a following, and you can really influence buying habits through going viral. Not everyone has to go viral, but if you've got a video that a lot of people are sharing, especially if it features one of your products or a service, you can really influence user buyer habits. So let's go to the next one. So just admit someone there. The next kind of social media platforms we're going to look at is community. So these are social media platforms that you can really connect with local people or like-minded people. So Facebook, probably one of the most popular sites in the world, and one that most people are on or have been on. You can also share videos and images on Facebook, but you've also got the opportunity to join groups. So you could join local community groups, or you could join groups for people who have similar interests. So you can join groups, but you can also create groups. If you create groups, you can invite people to join those groups, and then you can share more about what it is you do. And like Instagram, you can actually sell directly from Facebook. You can create a shop and you can advertise your products on there, and it will link directly to your website where people can buy things from. You can also post vacancies on there, which is quite a good feature. So if you have a lot of vacancies coming up and you want to share them with your friends and your audience, you can do that on there. And again, like Instagram, you can create targeted ads. So another one that I thought I'd add on here is Nextdoor. I think it's relatively new, but it seems to be becoming more and more popular. I know there's been a big marketing campaign with a lot of leaflets through the door about this. I know a lot of people connect to find out what's going on in the neighbourhood. So you can connect with the locals in the area, so you can kind of pinpoint where you live or where your shop's located. You can connect with people and you can share updates. Again, you can join groups and you can also create groups, and those groups can be community groups, or they can be groups for interest. So there are a lot of groups on DIY groups or fitness groups if people are looking to connect with people who enjoy fitness in the area. So it's really good for connecting with people, especially your target audience. There is a new feature on there which allows you to create a business page, and you can also sell products and services on there, a bit like Facebook Marketplace. And then you've got the professional platforms, which is where professional services tend to hang out. So if we look at Twitter, Twitter's great to build a following based on your tweets. You connect with your customers, so you can get feedback from your customers on there. You can follow trends. So with Twitter, there tends to be a lot of trends as to what people are talking about, what people are sharing. So you can see what people are talking about, and you can also follow mentors. There are a lot of inspiring people on Twitter, so it's a really good place to find those mentors and to keep up to date with what they're doing. And you can also do targeted ads on there as well. And LinkedIn, I suppose, is the one that you most associate with business and with professional services. And it's probably one of the few that allow you to build a CV or a portfolio on the site. So you can add your achievements and your qualifications and your experiences, and you can get other people to also kind of review your skills and your services as well. You can connect with your target audience, and again, you can join groups, and you can share your products and services and link to your website. So the last one that I'm going to show you is not necessarily a social media platform. However, I think that if you are uncomfortable with being on social media and you're not very confident on it, this is a place that I recommend a lot of my clients to kind of be present, because it gives you the opportunity to be present online, connect with people, share stories, but you don't necessarily have to, be on social media. So you can display your products on there. So I've just done a little screenshot of the BIPC Google My Place. So this will come up in the Google search if you're registered on Google My Place, and we've got some nice images that we've put on there. Our events can go on there, products, and you can also have reviews. So if you've got customers, clients who want to write you reviews, they can put it on there. They can send you messages. You can link your Facebook on there, or you can link your website and stuff on there. So although it's not a social media platform, I do think it's quite valuable as a place to connect with people. So now we've kind of had a look at which platforms are out there and which platforms are available. We're going to look at whereabouts you belong. So what platform should you be on? It's no use going on every single platform, because each platform will cater to a different person, a different demographic. So it would be a waste of your time to be on all of there. So what we suggest is you do a bit of research to find out where your target audience is, where they're hanging out virtually, but also where are they looking to solve their problems. So what are their pain points, or where are they going to find them? So once you've kind of identified where they're going to find the information, where they're going to solve the problems, and where they're hanging out just to look at their interests, connect with people. Once you've established that, then you'll find where your place is on Instagram. So I spoke a little bit in the last slide about doing some research. So we do have a database called Statista, which is really, really good for doing research, especially on things like this. So this is just a quick screenshot of some research that I pulled off on social media and how many people are using the different social media platforms. Now you can go into a lot more detail, so you could pull off a report on one certain platform and who's using that platform, or a certain demographic. So there are a lot of different things you can do on Statista, and like I said, that's one of the databases we have. So I'll talk about that a little bit more in the end, but you can book in to see an advisor to access that database as well if you want to do some research. So some market research that you could potentially carry out is doing some surveys. So you could survey your target audience or any existing customers you already have, or you could just, ask some friends and family to fill this out for you. And you can use sites like SurveyMonkey, which is a free site that you can create a survey on and send out. And Google Forms do a really good free survey option as well. So you can ask things like the age range, how often people use social media, how do you use social media? So do you post a lot on social media? Do you just view on social media, or do you use it to connect with people and actually open up conversations with people? You can ask what platforms they're on, what times they post. And one good thing that you'd probably want to ask it is, would you actually buy a product on social media? So if you saw someone posting a product that they've just bought, would you then follow on with that and buy it on there? If you saw a product on there or service on there, would you follow that up and go and follow that person and buy a product on there? So aside from stories, if you've got if you've got Instagram, you'll see that there is a story feature, and on that story feature you can insert a survey on there. So you can ask your followers that are on Instagram how often you visit the gram, something like that, and you can just ask them different kind of times that they will visit Instagram. So it's a great way if you don't want to go into too much depth. If there's just a few questions that you want to ask, it's a really nice, fun way to do that. I don't know how to move that. So you could also go directly to social media and look at your insights. So Meta Business Suite, which Meta is Facebook, and Facebook manages, Meta manages Facebook and Instagram. So this is just a quick report that I've pulled off Meta Business Suite. And this is looking at Facebook engagement and Instagram engagement. So how many likes are you getting on Facebook? How many Instagram followers? You can see the age on each platform, and you can see what area they're in. So this will be really good to determine when you're creating posts or targeted ads, and you want to really target them to your market, your audience. You can filter down where you want those posts to go and who you want them to go to. So if you want them to go to men, women, and certain ages. And again, this is Meta Business Suite. It's free. It's a really underutilized resource, if you ask me, but it can be really powerful and a really easy way to access the insights from your existing social media. So next, we are going to look at content creation. So I know a lot of people will struggle with what to post. It's really difficult to expect people to have something to post every day, but it can be done. If you have a plan in action and think about, think ahead as to what you can post, it becomes a lot easier. And we're going to look at how to create this content and when and where to share it. So when you're putting a plan together of what content you should post, what I would suggest is that you avoid just kind of posting the same thing over and over again and trying to sell your product. Your content should be engaging, and it should help you build a community. People should want to, look forward to visiting your page and your site because they want to see something you're going to post. They want to see something new from you, see something exciting. So I try and tell people to cover a range of different posts. So something informative. So don't be afraid to share your skills and expertise. So I've put a picture of a top here. So if you're a designer or a garment manufacturer, you might want to post some tips on how to care for your clothes, or how to wash them, things like that, or what to wear it with, what colours look good together. Again, if you are a landscape designer, you might want to tell people how to best treat the soil to preserve it, things like that, so that people are going to look for you for information and guidance on your products. Something entertaining. So don't be afraid to show something that's outside of your business. Obviously, you want to share your business, but you also want to share who you are. So this could be something like a pretty picture you've taken of some flowers on a walk, or it could be your dog running around. It could be anything that you find entertaining that other people might also find entertaining. You know, there are a lot of great memes out there you can share. You could share somebody else's content if you want to, either on a story, or if you want to repost someone's content, just make sure you give them credit for it. But there are lots of different things you can share that are entertaining to people. And then behind the scenes, so let people know that you're human. There is a saying that people like them. So show them that you fail sometimes, show them that you struggle sometimes, show them the process of making something. So, you know, this could be the process of you creating, you know, if you're a ceramic designer, you might want to show a quick video of you creating a piece of work. It might be a before and after picture. So if you're a tradesman, or, you know, you're a cleaner, or you're a landscape gardener, you're a hairdresser, things like that, you might want to show a before and after picture. People love before and after pictures. You might also show, you know, some work that's gone wrong. You may have attempted to make a piece of art or a piece of jewelry or something, and it may have gone wrong a few times. So don't be afraid to show that side of the business as well. And then lastly, the point of this whole thing is that you want people to buy your products or buy your service, and don't be afraid to ask them to do that. So you want a call to action in there as well. So this might be, you know, if you share my post, you can receive 10% off your booking, or if you want to sign up to my newsletter, I'll send you a free postcard, anything like that. Or it could just be, you could just post a picture of a product, but you may just forget to say, visit my website, or, you know, book with me today. So just, if you want people to do something with your product, just tell them, and don't be afraid to ask them. So you don't have to post a different one of these every day, but throughout the week, I would say it's good to try and mix and match the type of content that you are sharing. Okay, so next we are going to look at how to create content. So people will mostly kind of share something with an image or a video. So if you are sharing text, that's fine. But it's also nice to have something visual to accompany that. So if you share images, you might want to share your own image. So an image of something that you've created, an image of yourself carrying out a service. But you may also, if you are carrying out a service and say you do it virtually, or you don't have images of your own to share, you could find stock images that are relevant to your business. You can use places like Unsplash, where you can download free images, and then you can use things like Lightroom and Snapseed, which are really good apps to which allow you to edit those images for free. If you are looking at posting videos and graphics, you might want to post a video of you carrying out your service. So if you're, you know, a fitness instructor or something like that, you might just want to show a 30-second clip of you instructing a class. You might want to show a video of you doing, again, if you're a landscaper, of you kind of doing a landscape stop motion video, something like that, or of you producing something. And you can use sites like Canva. I'm sure everyone's heard of Canva. It's a massive site which is really powerful. You can create a lot of graphics and images and things on there, and videos. And Adobe Express as well. That's a really good one to create free videos. I'm just going to show you this little video that I've created, because you don't have to show videos of actual footage. It can just be a little graphic video like this one. This was a free one that was created on Canva. And it just adds a nice little touch. And again, some free apps that you can use to edit videos, apps like Beatleap and Filmora. And they're really easy to use. You just download the apps, and I think Beatleap is an Apple and Filmora is Android. You can just drop images in and it will kind of edit them for you and play music over them and stuff like that. I know not everybody's skilled in creating, you know, videos and reels, but there are free tools you can use to make it a lot easier. Okay, so when you think about posting content, sometimes it's not just enough to just put loads of videos out there and loads of images out there. You want to think about actually engaging, actually communicating with people. Social media uses a lot of algorithms, and they want to know that your content is valuable, but also that it's relevant and not spammy. So it doesn't just want to see that you're posting, it wants to see that you're interacting with posts and with people and with hashtags. So if we just look at hashtags first, what a lot of people do is just put hashtags which are kind of quite jargony and not very user friendly. So what you want to do is make sure that those hashtags are user focused and they are written in the language that your users are looking for and are searching and are engaging with. So sorry, I've put these the wrong way around, but we'll go with the user focused one. So I've put in red, which is kind of a bad example of what hashtags you could use, and I've put in green what is a better example and what your users are most likely searching and following and interacting with. So if you're a business coach, I mean, you can use a hashtag like business coach, but I think your kind of users and your target audience will most likely be searching and following things like growth mindset. If you're a landscaper, just put in landscaper or gardener. You're kind of talking to fellow landscapers and fellow gardeners with those kind of hashtags. So look at hashtags that people are going to follow, and you know, if you are a landscaper, you're going to want those hashtags to be local as well. It's no point putting, you know, pretty gardens or pretty landscaping and you're reaching audiences in America or, you know, in Europe, because they're not going to come to you to landscape the garden. So if you are a local service, just make sure that you are putting, so instead of landscaper, gardens of Nottingham or garden inspiration, I've put that up here. So think locally. So instead of just putting garden inspo, put Nottingham garden inspo. If you're a nutritionalist or something like that, you want to put Nottingham Good Food, Notts Foodies, Food in Nottingham. Just something that, you know, if you think like a user and think like a customer, what would you be looking for? What interests you? So just start to kind of think like that when you're choosing your hashtags, and keep a record of the hashtags you use. And if you've got notes in your phone or something like that, just kind of make a note of the hashtags that you're using. So when we're coming to engaging, it's really important that you're liking and commenting on other people's pages. It's not enough to just expect people to like your posts. You have to interact with other people as well. So you look like you're interested in that sector, in that service, or in that kind of area. So if possible, try and when you are on there, either before or after you post something, if you can try and like and comment on at least 10 posts, and that's 10 posts within your homepage. So your homepage will bring up people that you are already following. Your discover page or search page, it will be different on different platforms. So you're connecting with people that you aren't following, but who are posting similar things or who are your target audience. And like and comment within the hashtag. So a lot of people don't really understand how hashtags works, but if you click on a hashtag, it will take you to other posts that people have posted and included this hashtag. If you then interact with those posts, social media platforms will value your post a lot more, because they can see that you're interacting with those hashtags and you are important within those hashtags. So it's really important to not just post the hashtags, but to actually engage within those hashtags and what other people are posting. And also share what other people are doing. You can repost. Again, if you're reposting someone's post directly, credit the source. So if it's a photograph, you can just say photo by such and such, or, you know, meme by such and such, or quote by whoever. And don't be afraid to post people, competitors. Sometimes competition can be free advertisement for you. you want more and more people to engage within to engage with certain products or certain brands and certain sectors. So don't be afraid to repost, and sharing other people's stories is a really good way to kind of get engagement as well. So again, if there are stories and they can be entertaining stories, they can be informative stories. If you don't want to keep creating that content yourself, don't be afraid to share other people's stories, because what that means is more people will be looking at your stories, and you will then be higher up in their homepage. So when they are then looking at their homepage, because they've engaged in your with your profile and with your stories, you're more likely to come up in their homepage. It's all about algorithms. So yeah, try and engage as much as you can. Okay. So if we then look at how and when to post, so these are some of the tools that you can post on. You can post directly off any social media page, but there are some platforms that you can schedule your posts. So you can schedule them to come out a bit later, or the next day, or for the week, things like that, which makes it easier for some people. So if you're working all week, you may not want to stop and post something every day, but it may be that on Sunday or Saturday you don't work and you have an hour that you can just schedule all your posts, create your content, and put all your posts out there to kind of be published throughout the week. So Twitter, so if we look at the free ones first, Twitter, you can schedule directly from Twitter, but you can only schedule Twitter posts from Twitter. Meta Business Suite, we spoke about that one before. You can schedule Facebook and Instagram, so you can do those at the same time, and it has a content calendar on there, so you can schedule like the month ahead, you know, the week ahead, things like that, and you can either schedule to do both at the same time, or you can do one or the other. Canva, again, it's really great for creating content, but you can actually schedule from there as well. I did have a little play on this the other day, and it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. So I think you have to do it one at a time. I don't think you can do, you can't just create a post and then schedule it out to every single one. I think you have to go in and do each platform one by one. So they are the free sites. With Canva, there is a free option, but there is also a paid option. So just explore and see which one is most suited to you. If you do want to just pay for a scheduling app where you can just put all your content in and post it out to every social media platform, there are some really good paid sites as well, like Hootsuite, Buffer, and SocialBee. So some of them may be suitable, some of them may not be suitable. It depends how many social media sites you've got and how many you want to post. If you've only got a few, like Facebook and Instagram, or Instagram and LinkedIn or something like that, you may not want to go for one of these paid ones because it might be too much. Okay, so I just want to quickly show you Meta Business Suite as well, because I think it's a really good tool for engagement and for posting, scheduling posts. So you can manage your Facebook and Instagram pages directly from Meta Business Suite. You can view insights, you can save hashtags. So you can see here, I tried to get this in this screenshot for you. So you can see these hashtags here, and you can actually save your hashtags within this platform. So you can go back and you don't have to search these hashtags again, it will just save them for you. You can schedule posts, like I've just mentioned, and you can also set up direct messaging. So if you get a message through from your Facebook or Instagram, you can set up a direct message to say, hello, welcome to my page. And, however you want to continue with that, if you want to redirect people to your website or your email address, or if you just want to tell people to, take a look around your page and things like that. So to conclude, I just wanted to kind of say that the biggest thing with social media and the biggest problem that people have is not kind of knowing where to start and what to post and when to post it. But your social media strategy, it should be part of your business plan. It should sit within your marketing strategy, so that you've got a clear outline of why you are creating a social media plan, what you expect it to do, and what benefits it will have for your business. So again, I know social media can be very daunting. It can seem very time consuming and confusing, but with a bit of planning, with the right tools, it can really be beneficial in building your brand, and also communicating with your customers. It can help you find the best path for you, but it also might help you determine whether you want to continue with your social media yourself or whether you want to outsource it. So, as I said before, we do have other webinars that we have. We also have our advisors based at these libraries, so Sutton and Ashfield, Mansfield, Bulwell and Beeston. We have the databases and other resources, and you can see our social media platforms that we have, so you can connect with us on social media. We do update that quite often with events and anything that we've got going on. You can also visit our website and you can email us directly. And if anyone is thinking about doing any paid advertising, we do have another webinar coming up on Thursday, and that kind of goes into a bit more depth on paid advertising and how to do it on a budget. So thank you, and that is all from me.